Yeah, so he clearly resigned to duck that ethics thing, and they, because the argument is if he's not a congressperson anymore, they no longer have jurisdiction. This was supposed to be like completely for the House punishing one of its members. It wasn't a criminal referral. So him resigning was like pretty convenient that it happened just 2 days before the ethics committee decided to release the report. But I mean, we've had slow leaks. I remember a few days ago when I first heard about how he had been exchanging money for sex with a 17-year-old girl. And so yesterday, I remember reading that there was a second person. Not only was there a second minor, but now the lawyer for one of them was like, we have financial documents that showed that he paid these individuals $10,000 between 2017 and 2019. So it's like, oof. And I think it said that he Venmoed them, if I'm not
You can send
mistaken.
that kind of money over Venmo.
I don't know. Let's see. Did it say Venmo? I don't know. They had
Gates
wire
is
transfers of, yeah.
just to also let you guys know, like Gates comes from a very rich family. Like his dad owned these hospice chains that he sold for like $400 million. And then his dad was the president of the I can't remember if it was the House of Representatives or the Senate in the Florida legislature, but his dad was a pretty respected politician. But he has the money. So even within the Republican Party, his nomination raised a lot of concern. So several GOP senators reportedly signaled that they would not support his confirmation because of the lingering controversies. And so in his statement on True Social, not True Social, excuse me, X, he said, quote, I had excellent meetings with senators yesterday. I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While the momentum was strong, it is clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump Vance transition. There is no time to waste on a needlessly protracted Washington scuffle. Thus, I'll be withdrawing my name from consideration to serve as Attorney General. Trump's DOJ must be in place and ready on day one. He continues saying, I remain fully committed to see that Donald J. Trump is the most successful president in history. I will forever be honored that President Trump nominated me to lead the Department of Justice, and I'm certain he will save America.
Here's to hoping. Yeah. So I looked it up. Yeah, Venmo and PayPal over the course of 2 years, $10,000 to two women. And he also apparently the financial records of him sending money to somebody saying Joel Greenberg, who was later convicted of sex trafficking. So I mean, there's some pretty serious evidence that this guy might have been involved in some sex trafficking here.
And he
So
kept
I mean, I
saying, he
know.
kept that. Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
sorry.
Well, no, he wants to be Florida governor someday, right? So
Mm.
now, like, he drops out. He's like, okay, I got this perfect excuse to drop out. I'm going to be AG. And now he's probably waiting. Oh, I'm going to be AG for a little while. And then now he's seeing that, like, that's not going to happen. And, if he goes through this confirmation, it's likely that report's going to be released, officially released. Now he's just praying like, oh, I've dropped out, no more targets, nobody's going to release anything or leak anything, and I can go be governor in a few years. I think that's what he's doing. He's probably praying that this goes away.
I
I
think
don't
it's
think it
still
will, though.
I
What's
think
that?
it's still a leak. Even if he runs later on to be governor of
Yeah,
Florida, I think it's still going to leak.
I'd be really surprised if it doesn't leak, because it's like not only does that committee, like, it's half and half. They're evenly divided. Not only does it have equal number of Democrats as Republicans, there's plenty of Republicans that don't like Matt Gaetz because he sunk Mike McCarthy. And allegedly Mike McCarthy alleges that the reason why Matt Gaetz
Kevin
sunk his
McCarthy.
sorry the reason why Matt Gaetz sunk Kevin McCarthy's speakership is because Kevin McCarthy would not shut down this ethics probe. So there's a lot of Republicans that do not like this guy. So I'm thinking some leaks are going to be coming at some point.
So, I mean, this just adds to the chaos of this administration so far. Like every nomination, it's been something. It's been something. Gates has probably been the most explosive. I mean, you were telling me before the show started about Did you ever find anything that thing on Dr. Oz you were talking about?
No, I actually couldn't find it. It's something he said in the past that you know people shouldn't have to get health care, but this was a very new. It was a very new quote when I saw it, so maybe it'll come to light here in the next few days. But allegedly, he said that people aren't they don't have a right to health care, and it's just like okay, um, need is need, Like so, if he really did say that, it's just like people should have a right to their needs, air, water, clean air, and stuff like that. So, but what I did see that he said was that he wants to increase more private insurance plans that are under Medicaid. So he wants to see more people get Medicaid through private insurance that's subsidized by the government. So that just continues the trend of like Republicans who want to privatize Medicaid, that sort of thing. So he's looking like he's going to be a typical Republican on what they call entitlement programs. So,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, so like I said, this raises a lot of questions just about the vetting process and just like the political cost of nominating so many people with significant baggage on them, right? Like even that Linda McMahon. I don't know if we get into it once that confirmation starts, but yeah. So what is next for for what's next for that role? Got a breaking news alert literally minutes before we started that it was Pam Bondi. I think it was her name that I saw, who was a former Florida Attorney General who is now nominated from the
mm,
role. She is an election denier. Uh, we'll do more research on her, but I'm sure she'll get a confirmation hearing.
yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, she looks qualified. But yeah, she's an election denier. I mean, when the bar says somebody's qualified or not, like it isn't. They don't go into their like personal beliefs or anything like that. I mean, she is an attorney. She was a state attorney and attorney general in Florida. But she's also been a huge Trump supporter, and he's supported her. Like he's made a lot of donations to her political career. But no, she seems like the type that Trump would want because he's wanting to go on his revenge tour and he needs a good loyal AG to do it. So she seems like the type so far. So
Crazy. Yeah, we'll do some more research on her, and kind of do a live reaction while they do her confirmation hearing. What story do I want to go to next? I should
you
have
have a
went to the.
comment, by the way. You have a comment in the chat that I think is interesting.
Do you think? Oh, this is two.
Yeah.
Do you think Trump helped him out of his situation, appoint him to AG, and resign from Congress, and then withdraw later? I feel like that's just a lot of hop, skipping, and jumping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
No,
I mean,
I think. Yeah. Go ahead.
I just think that I think Trump did try to help him out of it by naming him AG. It was a double win because Trump knew he was going to be unconditionally loyal to him. And okay, we got to get you out of the House of Representatives before this drops. I'm sure Trump knows what's in those files. Like I'm sure he knows what's in there. Um, but probably thought, I'll nominate you for Attorney General. They can't release it then. You'll be a part of the administration. Uh, but the heat was just too much. The heat was just too much. And I wonder if his statement was really he was the one who chose to drop out, or if Trump was like, all right, this is just too much. Like, we got to go with somebody else.
Yeah, I'm not sure that, but I agree with you. Like, I don't think that they tried to do this like sophisticated song and dance. I think that Trump really did want him. It was probably good timing. He was like, Trump, nominate me now, so I have an excuse to step down. But I do think in the end that Trump really did want him because yeah, one, the loyalty, and two, I know Trump would know what's what this guy's skeletons are because Trump is likely going to pick a lot of people based on the skeletons in the closet that he knows. Just to have that little extra insurance.
Mhm.
But no, I think Trump really wanted him. Trump probably saw him as somebody who would like, litigate his revenge tour and rip up the AG or the Department of Justice the way that Trump wanted it to be ripped up. And I just think at the end, like enough Republican senators were like, not only do I not support you now, but as soon as that report is out, I'm sure people are going to support you less.
Yeah, it would have given them the insurance to like just publicly distance themselves, like, oh, this is too much. We can't vote for this. Like, we can't approve this. So.